I am standing right in front of the most talked about mystery in tech history, the 2027 Apple iCar. And honestly, it looks like it was delivered from a different century. If you ever wondered what would happen if a MacBook Pro and a tank had a very stylish baby, this is it. The first thing that hits you is that massive front grille. It has this incredible pixelated grid-like texture that reminds me of the classic Mac Pro cheese grater design, but way more intimidating. And right in the center, that glowing Apple logo. It doesn't just sit there, it pulses with life. The headlights are these ultra-slim, razor-sharp LED bars that make the car look like it's constantly squinting at you, probably judging your choice of phone case. But let's talk about what's actually making this beast move, because you won't find a greasy, loud engine under this hood. This is Apple, so they've replaced the engine with what I'm calling the M-series propulsion system. Imagine the chip in your laptop, but the size of a coffee table and capable of producing a terrifying 1,000 horsepower. There are no gears to faff around with. It's a direct drive system, which means the moment you touch the pedal, you get 1,200 pound-feet of torque instantly. It doesn't accelerate, it just deletes the space between you and the horizon. I'm betting this thing hits 0 to 60 in about 2.5 seconds. It's so fast that your stomach will probably arrive at your destination 3 minutes after you do. The battery technology is where it gets really magic. We're looking at a solid-state battery with a massive 150 kilowatt-hour capacity. Apple is promising a range of 600 miles on a single charge. And forget about clunky charging cables. This probably uses a giant version of MagSafe. You just drive over a pad in your garage and click, it's charging. As for the chassis, it's built out of the same aerospace-grade titanium they use for the iPhones, making it light but nearly indestructible. The handling is likely handled by an active intelligence suspension that reads the road 1,000 times a second. It'll feel like you're floating on a cloud even if you're driving over a field of potholes. And the best part? The economy is literally just the cost of your electricity bill, which is a lot cheaper than premium gas. The stopping distance will be equally insane because the car uses regenerative braking that probably feels like hitting a brick wall made of marshmallows. It's safe, it's ridiculously fast, and I'm almost certain Siri will be a backseat driver, reminding you to take a left turn in her most passive-aggressive voice. Honestly, looking at this front end, it's clear that Apple didn't just build a car, they built a rolling supercomputer that happens to have wheels. I'm just waiting to find out if the charging brick is sold separately.
Step inside the 2027 Apple iCar, and honestly, it feels like you just got shrunk down and shoved inside a giant, high-speed MacBook Pro. If you thought the outside was wild, this interior is a total masterclass in minimalism that costs more than my entire life. The first thing that hits you is that massive, ultra-wide display stretching across the entire dashboard. It's basically an iPad Pro that spent too much time at the gym. Everything is rendered in that crisp San Francisco font we know from our phones, with widgets for your maps, music, and probably a button to remind you that your iCloud storage is almost full. But look at the steering wheel. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie. It's got a floating center with that iconic Apple logo, and instead of clunky old buttons, it's all touch-sensitive glass. It's incredibly ergonomic. Your hands just naturally fall into place, though I'm still looking for where you plug in the lightning cable. The center console is finished in this deep, high-gloss piano black, and it's so clean you'd be afraid to even put a coffee cup on it. I'm half expecting a Genius Bar employee to pop out of the glove box and ask if I've tried restarting my seat. Speaking of seats, these things are wrapped in a deep navy leather that feels softer than a cloud made of silk. The titanium accents on the door panels and seat backs give it this sharp industrial edge that screams Apple design. And check out the lighting. That cool cyan ambient glow makes the whole cabin feel like a futuristic laboratory. But the real magic is the safety tech. This car isn't just watching the road, it's basically a rolling fortress. It's packed with hidden LiDAR sensors and Apple Secure Vision that can detect a pothole from 3 blocks away and probably judge the driver in the lane next to you for still using an iPhone 8. The driver assistance is so advanced, I'm pretty sure the car has its own personality. It'll handle the highway for you, but if you drift out of your lane, Siri will probably give you a passive-aggressive notification about your driving habits. And for the people in the back, it's a total executive lounge. You've got individual entertainment screens and a tablet-style controller in the armrest that probably lets you control the temperature, the music, and maybe launch a small satellite if you hit the right icon. The whole roof is one giant sheet of glass, so you can stare at the stars while the car drives you home. My only real concern is that if you get a flat tire, you might have to buy a whole new car because Apple doesn't want you tampering with the hardware. But seriously, standing in here, it's clear they didn't just build a car. They built the ultimate mobile device. It's safe, it's beautiful, and I'm about 90% sure it'll require a software update right as you're trying to pull out of the driveway. Man, you have to walk around to the back of this 2027 Apple iCar because the rear profile is arguably even cooler than the front. It has this incredibly clean, monolithic look that makes every other SUV on the road look like it was designed in the Stone Age. Check out those vertical LED taillights. They're so slim and architectural, like glowing glass bars. And that massive Apple logo right in the middle of the tailgate isn't just a badge. It actually glows with this soft, breathing light. It's the ultimate flex for anyone stuck behind you in traffic. Even the tailgate itself is genius. It's a two-piece split design that opens silently, revealing a cargo area so organized you'll feel guilty putting a dirty gym bag in there. It's basically a rolling Apple store closet. Now, let's talk about the price tag, because we all know Apple doesn't do budget. I'm hearing whispers that this thing is going to start around $130,000 and easily climb to $180,000 for the Ultra trim. It's clearly aiming for the heavy hitters. We're talking about the Tesla Model X, the Rivian R1S, and even the electric Range Rover. But Apple's edge isn't just the car, it's the ecosystem. It competes by making your car feel like a seamless extension of your phone and home. If you're already deep into the Apple life, this thing is the final Horcrux you need to complete the set. As for the warranty, I'm betting they'll call it AppleCare Plus for road. It'll probably cover everything from software glitches to Siri being too sassy. But the catch will be the repair cost. If you crack that giant glass roof, it might cost as much as a used Honda to fix. But hey, you'll probably get a loaner iCar while yours is at the Genius Garage, so that's a win. So, the big question, do you buy it or lease it? Honestly, in typical Apple fashion, they'll probably announce the iCar 2 3 years later. For that reason, I'm telling everyone to lease it. You don't want to be stuck with the old gen when the new one comes out with the titanium cup holders and 15% faster Siri processing. Plus, leasing keeps you under that AppleCare umbrella, so you don't have to worry about a battery service required notification popping up on your dash every 5 years. More computing power than your entire phone. It's expensive, it's probably over-engineered, and you'll definitely need a special adapter for something eventually. Man, it is the most exciting thing. If you want to feel like you're driving the future, looking at this rear view one last time, it's just so imposing. It's got that wide body stance, those massive wheels, and a presence that says, I have it, this is the only way to go. Just don't forget your Apple ID password.